Hey everyone, this is Randy from BibleBuyAGuide.com. I am doing a comparison. This time it is the single column wide margin Holman Handcrafted collection black goatskin. This is the regular size in wide margin. And then we have the personal size, single column personal size Bible, also in the Holman Handcrafted collection. And this one is in the marble slate calfskin leather. You might hear some wind. So anyway, I'm going to go through the specs on both of these. And while I'm discussing both, I will try to put the specs on the screen. And also I will try to place links to the reviews up in the corner. Okay, so on the first one here, we have the single column wide margin. This one is the 2020 CSB single column layout, black goatskin leather edge lined liner, sewn binding, overcast stitching in the front, 3 1/4 inch ribbons. The overall size is 7 by 9 3/4 by 2 inches. It weighs 3 pounds and 6 ounces. It has 36 GSM premium paper, art gilt page edges, single column paragraph layout. The margins are 1 1/8 for the outer, 3/4 for the inner, 5/8 for the bottom, and 1/2 for the top. It's line matched. It has 10.5 point Bible serif typeface. Old Testament quotes are in bold black letter. It has red chapter and verse numbers, includes the footnotes, a 39-page concordance, 8 maps. It is printed in China, and the current price is $133. Moving on to the personal size single column. It is the 2020 CSB single column layout, marbled slate calfskin leather edge lined liner, sewn binding, 3 3/8 inch ribbons. The overall size is 5 3/4 by 9 1/4 by 1 3/4, and it weighs 2 pounds, 2.5 ounces. It has 32 GSM paper, blue art gilt page edges, single column paragraph. The layout for this one matches the wide margin. It has line matching text, a 10-point Bible serif typeface. That's the other difference. It has a slightly smaller typeface, but not much. Old Testament quotes are in bold black letter, red chapter and verse numbers, footnotes, 39-page concordance, 8 maps, printed in China, and $160. So the new one is actually more expensive. And I have a favorite, and I will show you which one is my favorite as we go. So let's take a look at both. So let's let the box fall. So here is the overall size. Quick look at the leather. The leather on the regular size is thick and nice. I like it a lot. Excellent leather. The leather on the personal size is smoother. It's good leather also. It's not as elegant as this goatskin is, but not because it's goatskin versus calfskin. It's just that has more grain, and this is smoother. The goatskin just feels more elegant. And then here's a look at the layout. So let's go to Isaiah 1. So there's the layout right there. And you can see both do have exactly the same pagination. And you can also see the opacity on the 36 GSM is a lot more than the opacity on the 32. It's very obvious the difference between them. It's not as obvious that the font is slightly smaller in the personal size. That doesn't stand out. The main difference that you're going to see is the placement of the page numbers. Page number on the personal size is in the inner margin, while the page number on the regular size is in the center. I prefer it in the center. It doesn't matter a whole lot. But let's take a look at the pages side by side if I can zoom in. So there's how they look. Now, everything else about them is the same, except for the paper and the placement here, of course, the margins. I personally prefer the regular size for 2 reasons. Number one, it's actually cheaper. And number 2, it's a more elegant Bible. This one just looks more elegant. It feels more elegant. It feels better put together. I mean, the personal size is put together well. No question there. But it just has a few things. The paper is not as nice. Has more show through. And there's no room to write. It just doesn't have as nice as margins. If you need to write, then there's no question. If you don't want to write, then it's just up to you to whichever you prefer. I still like this one. I still like the big one, simply because I prefer more opacity. And this bigger one does give us the opacity. Everything else is the same. Same concordance. Same maps. So if you're familiar with the Holman maps, they look the same. You have a few pages for notes. The difference is the notes in the large one are not marked for notes, and it does not have ruled lines. You might or might not care. Now, of course, the large one is a larger Bible. If you're needing one to carry, I do find the personal size easier to carry. No question about that. If I had to pick one or the other, I would pick the large one. I like it that much better. It feels that much better. The paper is that much better. I do like having both. I think they make a good combo. I don't like how far the text goes into the gutter on the personal size. I can live with it though. It's not a deal breaker. I just don't like it. It's not unusable, in other words. I can see that good enough. It's just that I would like to change that. So that's my quick look at the Holman Handcrafted collection. Single column wide margin versus personal size. Both are excellent Bibles. I do feel like the wide margin is a little bit more elegant. If it's buying one or the other, I recommend the wide margin. But I do think both are good Bibles. I don't like how far the text goes into the gutter on this one, but that's really the main complaint. It's not really, it's still usable. So I'll place the links to the reviews in the notes. Also, both of these were supplied by the publisher in exchange for honest reviews. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.